Your voice has to be heard, and your voice is heard when you vote. So as a NACA member, we require you to vote. That's a condition for membership. It shouldn't be a big issue because as a homeowner and as a tenant or as a participant in the NACA program, you need services. You need the garbage to be picked up. You need protection. You need a good school system. And the way you get all those things and more is to vote. And frankly, by not voting, you're voting. You're giving someone else to vote. NACA has 3.7 million members. Just think of the influence NACA can have in this country to make sure that you benefit from the government programs, that you benefit from grants that are out there to make homes affordable, that you benefit by being able to purchase a home for $1 from the city or county and be able to renovate it or do the new construction. Those things don't happen unless you vote. The fact of the matter is, voting with NACA and voting with NACA's 3.7 million members, that allows NACA to fight for economic justice, to fight for your benefits, and to fight with you.
Pay attention. How many of you vote? Be honest. Understand. But when I finish with you, I'm gonna ask you how many gonna vote. You know what? The ones that did not raise your hand, thank you for your vote. To the young man that just got sentenced 13 years for stealing a pack of diapers, thank you for your vote, because you put that judge in office to do my brother like that. Those are our brothers. When you don't vote, you do. All I'm trying to get you to see is they need you to not vote. They want you to be disengaged. Everybody looks at the presidential election and we're fired up and inspired to vote, right? I want you to go down the ballot. Being president and vice president is nice, but guess who runs them? Your congressional leaders, your state legislators, your city and local leaders. So understand who you are. If voting wasn't that important, why are they knocking on your door, knocking your door down? I had somebody chase me out of Safeway. Really?
It is our right. It is our duty. We need to make sure that we are doing it. I know plenty of people feel like, oh, so many votes and little old me, what does it matter? It does. Because if enough people say that, then that can actually contribute to a large part of the vote. So every vote actually does count. If you want your voice to be heard, there are absolutely ways.
Why do you vote?
It's the only thing I can really do. Because if I have a problem with the schools, I could vote. I can't fire the teachers, I can fire the principals, but my vote matters. If I have a problem with healthcare, anything you could touch, my vote is all I have. That's my power.
It's always important to be a part of the voting process because we need to have a say in how those laws are being created. We need to show up for the town meetings. We need to show up for the city council meetings, the county council meetings, etc. If you want to see improvements as far as your schools, as far as your streets, everyone complains about the potholes. Well, we need the money to come in. We need to have the right to lobby the Congress and say, this is what we need for our neighborhood. This is what we need the most. Everything ties back to whether or not we vote. So start local and go from there.
Voting is very, very, very important. I mean, I tell people, why complain if you're not willing to do something about it? Hey, if you want to be heard, vote. If you want to do something about it, vote. People went through a lot of changes to be able to vote. And now you have that option. Complaining never will override voting.
So a lot of times I think we've just been given a mindset that our vote doesn't count. And it's like, we're not important. It doesn't really mean nothing. Nothing's going to change. And what I try to express to people is that regardless to how you feel, you do make a difference. And so what I try to encourage people at the parks and playgrounds or places I usually be, know what's going on and know at least what's daily important to you. Like all the extra stuff may not be, but you definitely need to know what's going on that's going to physically or emotionally or financially impact your situation.
Right.
Voting is definitely important. I am a registered voter. Everybody matters. Everybody needs to vote so that we don't end up in harsh times, like we've had before. If you have any desires when it comes to taxes, if you have any desires when it comes to just your daily living, your livelihood, if you want better for your children when it comes to schooling, you definitely need to get out and vote. I personally made sure to go out and vote since I've been 18 years old.
Your vote counts, whether you believe it or not, it counts. Please vote.
I love it. Miss Fanny, thank you.
For those who do not feel like it is important to vote, that's another level of no peace for you. When you don't vote, I come from the country, and my mom them didn't care if they voted or not. But when I moved to Memphis, I learned that, Penny, you need to vote. Everyone needs to vote because it just brings a level of confidence. It makes you feel like you are a part of where you live and you have a voice. If you don't vote, you don't have a voice. Young people, please vote. If you're old enough, vote. It's very important.
If we do not use that voice, then somebody else is going to speak up for us, and we may not like what they have to say. So get registered, get out there, and get your voice heard.
Go out and vote, everyone, like your life depends on it.
It does.
Join me. Let's do this together. Let's vote.
So let's have our voice heard, let's vote, and let's vote as a group so we can increase the power of NACA. See you at the polls.